పూజలు చేస్తారా?
భగిని
శ్రీరామనవమి పూజలు చేస్తారా మీరు?
డీటెయిల్డ్ గా చేయను. రోజు వారి ఏం పూజో అదే, నథింగ్ స్పెషల్.
ఇప్పుడు ఆ విగ్రహాలు పెడుతున్నారు కదా మీరు, అవి మీ ఇంట్లో ఉంటాయా? అవి
ఏ విగ్రహాలు?
అదే రామలక్ష్మణులది పట్టాభిషేకం అనుకుంటారు,
ఆ
అది మీ ఇంట్లో ఉంటాయా?
ఆ, అంటే నేను ఎక్కడ పెట్టాను?
అదే గ్రూప్ లో విషెస్ పెట్టారు కదా.
గ్రూప్ లో
అదే విషెస్ పెట్టారు కదా, శ్రీరామనవమికి ముందర కూడా పెట్టారు ఇది
ఆ,
వరకు.
ఆ, 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 అవి మామూలుగా వాట్సాప్ లో ఇమేజెస్ అండి, నా దగ్గర లేవు ఆ విగ్రహాలు.
ఓహో, అంటే ఇది వరకు కూడా ఇలాంటిదే పెట్టినట్టుగా చూశాను.
అవునవును, అదే సేమ్ అదే వాడాను బేసికల్ గా విషెస్ కి.
మీరు పెట్టాక నేను మా వాళ్ళందరికీ పెడుతున్నాను బాగున్నాయని.
ఓకే ఓకే, నాకు కూడా అట్లానే ఎక్కడో చూసి నచ్చి అవి ఒక గుడిలోవి యాక్చువల్గా.
ఓహో ఓహో
ఆ అవి నచ్చి దాంతో ఆ ఇన్విటేషన్ తయారు చేశాను ఒక
ఓహో
2-3 సంవత్సరాల క్రితం. ఇంకా అదే ఇన్విటేషన్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నాను.
ఓహో, బాగున్నాయి.
బాగున్నాయి అవి, అవును.
సరే.
మామూలుగా మా
నమస్కారం భగిని.
నమస్కారం భగిని. మా
నేను ట్రావెల్ లో ఉన్నాను, వింటాను క్లాస్ జస్ట్.
అలాగే అలాగే
కార్ లో ఉన్నా.
అలాగే అలాగే, నో వరీస్.
అందుకని చదవలేను, లైటింగ్ లేదు.
అట్లాగే అట్లాగే, నో వరీస్.
అస్తు భగిని, ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదాలు. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथासम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम् सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अस्तु so we have to start the 13th chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is the name of the 13th chapter?
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञ विभागयोगः.
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञ विभागयोगः. पठतु भगिनि.
भगिनी, अत्र एकः श्लोकः अस्ति, श्रीभगवानुवाच. किन्तु तत्पूर्वं एव एकः श्लोकः अस्ति, अन्य पुस्तके दृष्टवती. तत्र अर्जुन उवाच प्रकृतिं पुरुषं चैव क्षेमं क्षेत्रज्ञमेव च एतद् वेदितुम् इच्छामि ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च केशव. अर्जुन उवाच तत्. अत्र भगवान् उवाच
केवलं श्री भगवान् उवाच इति अस्ति किन्तु अत्र अर्जुन उवाच प्रकृतिं पुरुषं च एव क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञम् एव च
एतद् वेदितुम् इच्छामि ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च केशव.
So he is asking here, Arjuna is asking, I would like to know about the Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Etat Veditum Ichchami. I would like to know about all these. The difference. What is Prakriti, what is Purusha, what is Kshetram, what is Kshetrajnam, what is who is Kshetrajnaha. All this I would like to know. What is Jnanam and Jneyam, what is to be known. Okay, what is Jnanam and what is to be known. The Jnanam which is to be known. I want to know the Jnanam which is to be known.
Yes.
So he will ask that question and then
Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidiyate etadyo vetina prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate etadyaha veti tam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. Idam nakaranta napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti ekavachana, shariram prathama vibhakti ekavachana, kaunteya sambodhana prathama vibhakti ekavachana, kshetram nakaranta napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti ekavachana, ityabhidhiyate abhi upasarga purvaka latlakaraha कर्मणि प्रयोगे प्रथम पुरुष एकवचन
धा
धातुः. Yes. एतद्यः
एतत् is separate and yaha is separate.
एतत् प्रथम विभक्ति एकवचन. इदः करेक्ट.
एतत् यः वेत्ति So basically, etat is dvitiya, because he who knows that. Yaha etat vetti tam prahuhu.
Vetti.
Hmm.
Yes.
Vetti is the kriyapadam.
Kriyapadam.
Vidhatu.
Vetti vidhatu. Vidhatu prathama puruša latlakara only. Okay. Tam द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं प्राहुः उकारान्तः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं क्षेत्रज्ञ प्रथमा पुल्लिंग प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन इति अव्ययं तत् विद्ध तत् तद्विदः
That is the samasa word.
प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचनं
ekavachanam only here.
तद्विदः एकवचनं वा प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं पदार्थ अभिधीयते कथ्यते वेत्ति जानाति क्षेत्रज्ञः क्षेत्रवित् तद्विदः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञवेत्तारः प्राहुः वदन्ति अन्वयः कौन्तेय इदं शरीरं क्षेत्रम् इति अभिधीयते यः एतत् वेत्ति तं क्षेत्रज्ञः इति तद्विदः आहुः तात्पर्यम् अर्जुन एतत् वपुः कर्मफलानिष्पत्तेः आधारत्वात् क्षेत्रम् इति कथ्यते यः पुरुषः इदं वेत्ति तं पुरुषं क्षेत्रवित् इति क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोः वेत्तारः वदन्ति माध्वमतं अहङ्कारादिकम् इन्द्रियरूपेण परिणम्य देहवियोगादीनां दुःखं जनयति तस्मात् तत् शरीरम् इत्युच्यते तादृशशरीरे प्रेरकत्वेन भगवतः विद्यमानत्वात् तत् क्षेत्रम् इत्यभिधीयते इति क्षेत्रविदो विदुः व्याकरणं क्षेत्रं जानाति इति क्षेत्रज्ञः कर्तरि कः उपपदसमासश्च तत् विदन्ति इति तद्विदः कर्तरि क्विप् उपपदसमासश्च.
So here we have idam. First Arjuna asked, what is prakriti, what is purusha, what is kshetram, who is kshetrajnaha, and what is the knowledge that needs to be known.
Yes.
For that Paramatma is saying idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti abhidiyate. Okay, so no, or it is said that this shariram itself is kshetram.
Yes.
Yaha etat vetti tam kshetrajnaha iti tadvidaha ahuhu. He who knows that this shariram is kshetram, he who understands that is known as kshetrajnaha.
Yes.
Iti tadvidaha ahuhu. That is what is told by the scholars.
Yes.
Those people who understand what is kshetram, that person is known as kshetrajnaha.
Yes.
Is known as kshetrajnaha by the scholars. So here, very simply he said, so what is kshetram? Shariram.
Shariram. Yes.
Shariram itself is kshetram. And he who knows that the shariram is kshetram is known as kshetrajnaha, means he has the knowledge of what is a sharira. Okay, he is known as kshetrajnaha. Who is kshetrajnaha? The jivi, the jivatma.
Yeah.
Right? He who knows. Just the body cannot know. It doesn't have that knowledge. Only the sharira will not have buddhi, right?
Yes.
It is the jivatma within that sharira that can understand it. So kshetrajnaha is the jivi and kshetram is the shariram. And one should understand that shariram and atma or the jivatma are different. They should understand that kshetrajnaha should be able to understand that shariram is different from the jivatma.
Yeah.
Only then he is known as a Kshetrajnaha. So this is told very simply in the first shloka. Further explanation will be given about what is Kshetram, when is one considered as a Kshetrajnaha, how to realize, because many times we identify ourselves with the Sharira. To be able to understand that Shariram and Atma are different, it is very difficult. We keep forgetting. Though we technically know, because we heard it so many times, but when it comes into practical situation, we always again identify ourselves with the Sharira. So again, we need to do abhyasa to understand that we are different from the Sharira. The Jivatma is different from the Sharira. And what are the gunas that one has to obtain or do abhyasa to obtain these gunas? By having such gunas only, it will become easy for us to understand that the Jivatma is different from the Shariram. That Kshetrajnaha and Kshetram are two different entities. To understand that also, again, we have to do abhyasa to attain certain qualities. Only people with certain qualities will be able to understand that. Though we know technically, being able to put it into practice. Remember that at every point. See, everybody will be talking Vedantam, but how many of them actually apply it? Actually apply it in a situation. That is when you will understand how much one has understood. Simply saying it out is one thing. Being able to understand is a second step, and again putting it into practice every single time also is again that abhyasa is needed.
Yes.
So here very briefly the what is Shariram, what is Kshetram and what is Kshetrajnaha is told.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anantaram.
Yeah, thank you.
Dvitiyam. Surya Bhagini. Here, so let us once look at the Kriya Padani. Here we have Abhidiyate is the first Kriya Padam. Kshetram or Idam Shariram Kshetram iti Abhidiyate. Okay, so here Shariram will be Karma Padam and Kshetram will be Karma Samanadhikaranam. The Shariram is known as the Kshetram. So Shariram will be Karma, Idam will be Visheshana to Shariram, Kshetram will be Karma Samanadhikaranam. Kaunteya is a Sambodhana. Iti Kshetram iti Abhidiyate. Yaha etat vetti tam tatvidaha kshetrajnaha iti prahuhu. Okay, etat, yaha etat vetti. So here yaha is the kartrupadam, etat is the karmapadam, vetti is the kriyapadam. So this is first part of the sentence. The second part is tam. So he who knows, he is called tam prahuhu. What is he called? Kshetrajnaha. He is called Kshetrajnaha. By whom? Tadvidaha. Tadvidaha prahuhu. Tadvidaha kim prahuhu? Tam Kshetrajnaha iti prahuhu. So the scholars will call that person. Which person? He who knows this. He who knows what? He who knows that idam shariram kshetram iti. Okay, so he who knows that this shariram is kshetram, that person is called kshetrajnaha by the scholars. So here, here we can take tadvidaha as bahuvachanam also. Early, you first said bahuvachanam only. So here the bahuvachana rupam and ekavachana rupam both are there, but here we can take as bahuvachanam or let me see.
విదుహు అవుతుందేమో కదా బహువచనం.
No, ekavachanam only we have to take because it is in prathama vibhakti. ఏమన్నారు భగిని?
విదుహు అవుతుందేమో కదా బహువచనం అంటే.
విదుహు. So here vidaha. If we take vidaha, it is in prathama bahuvachana and dvitiya bahuvachana, I think. So prathama bahuvachana is also there. Yeah. Dvitiya bahuvachana. విదుహు కాదు, విదహ అని.
తా ప్రత్యయం కాదా ఇది? విదహ అంటే తా ప్రత్యయం కాదా?
విద్ ధాతోః బహువచనం. విద్ ధాతు కాదు, ఐఎమ్ సారీ, ప్రాతిపదికం ఇస్ విద్, తత్వవిద్. సో ద బహువచనం విల్ బి విదహ. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రథమా బహువచనం ఓన్లీ. ప్రథమా బహువచనం we can take because tattvavidah means the scholars. We are talking that the scholars call this person as kshetrajnah. In that sense we are taking. So we take here as bahuvachanam only. Okay. Anantara. Second.
క్షేత్రజ్ఞం చాపి మాం విద్ధి సర్వక్షేత్రేషు భారత క్షేత్రజ్ఞయో జ్ఞానం యత్తజ్ఞానం మతం మమ. క్షేత్రజ్ఞం ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం, చ అవ్యయం, అపి అవ్యయం, మాం ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం, విద్ధి విద్ ధాతువు మధ్యమ పురుష ఏకవచనం ఇది.
విద్ ధాతు విద్ధి లోట్లకార మధ్యమ పురుష ఏకవచన.
సర్వక్షేత్రేషు ఇది బహువచనం,
సప్తమి బహువచనం.
సప్తమి బహువచనం. భారత సంబోధన.
క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోః
అంటే ద్వితీయ షష్ఠి
ద్వివచనం.
జ్ఞానం ద్వివచనం, ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం. ఎత్త జ్ఞానం, ఎత్తు తత్తు జ్ఞానం, ఎత్తు తత్తు జ్ఞానం. జ్ఞానం కూడా
జ్ఞానం నపుంసక ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం.
ఏకవచనం. మతం,
మమ మతం.
మమ మతం.
తత్ జ్ఞానం మమ మతం.
మమ మతం.
భగిని క్షమ్యతాం. ఉపసర్గపూర్వక భ్రూధాతు వా?
విచ్ వన్?
రాహుః ప్రథమ శ్లోకే.
yes,
భ్రూధాతు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మతం ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం కదా, నపుంసకలింగం. మమ షష్ఠి ఏకవచనం. సర్వక్షేత్రేషు సకల శరీరేషు క్షేత్రజ్ఞం క్షేత్రవిదం విద్ధి జానీహి క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోః శరీర తద్విదోః జ్ఞానం బోధః. జ్ఞానం సాధుః బోధః ఇది. సాధుః బోధః ఇది. మమ మతం, మమ అభిమతం. అన్వయః భారత సర్వక్షేత్రేషు క్షేత్రజ్ఞం చ అపి మాం విద్ధి యత్ క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోః జ్ఞానం తత్ జ్ఞానం ఇది మమ మతం. తాత్పర్యం భారత సకల శరీరేషు క్షేత్రవిదం అపి మాం జానీహి శరీరతద్విదోః బోధః ఏవ బోధః ఇది మమ అభిమతం. మాధ్వమతం క్షేత్రవాచ్యం సమ్యజ్ఞాన సద్భావాత్ భగవానేన క్షేత్రజ్ఞః ఇత్యుచ్యతే. క్షేత్రజ్ఞయోః యథార్థజ్ఞానమేవ మోక్షసాధనమితి మమ ఆశయः. రామానుజీమతం క్షేత్రజ్ఞం చాపి మాం విద్ధి మాం మదాత్మకం అపి శబ్దాత్ క్షేత్రమపి మాం విద్ధి ఇత్యర్థః. వ్యాకరణం. సర్వాణి క్షేత్రాణి సర్వక్షేత్రాణి తేషు కర్మధారయః. క్షేత్రం చ క్షేత్రజ్ఞశ్చ క్షేత్రజ్ఞౌ తయోః ద్వంద్వః.
సో అత్ర కర్మపదం కిం?
కర్మపదం త్వం.
సారీ, కర్తృపదం.
కర్తృపదం త్వం.
విద్ధి. త్వం అనేది కర్తృపదం. క్రియాపదం, సారీ, క్రియాపదం ఇస్ విద్ధి.
క్రియాపదం విద్ధి.
విద్ధి. సో త్వం విద్ధి. త్వం కిం విద్ధి? మాం విద్ధి. మాం క్షేత్రజ్ఞం ఇతి విద్ధి త్వం. సో నౌ యు నో మీ ఆల్సో యాజ్ మామపి. ఓకే, మాం క్షేత్రజ్ఞం, మామపి క్షేత్రజ్ఞం ఇతి త్వం విద్ధి. త్వం వి టేక్ ఇట్ as అధ్యాహృతం. Okay, earlier what did he tell? He who has the knowledge that idam shariram kshetram, he is known as kshetrajnaha. In the first shloka, that was what is told. He who understands that idam shariram kshetram, that person is known as kshetrajnaha. In this shloka, what is he telling? Mamapi kshetrajnam iti tvam viddhi. Now you also know that I am also called kshetrajna. I am also kshetrajna. Sarva kshetreshu kshetrajna. Okay, I am kshetrajna of all the kshetras. Whatever kshetram you take, I am kshetrajna of that kshetram. So now you know that also. Anantaram kim uktavan? Yat kshetragnyoh jnanam asti tat jnanam mama matam. So now in the first shloka, Arjuna asked, what is jnanam and what kind of jnanam should be known? Right? So kshetragnyoh jnanam yadasti tat jnanam mama matam. So that is my tattvam. What is the Paramatma tattvam? The jnanam of the kshetra and kshetrajna.
రెండింటికి డిఫరెన్స్ నేనని చెప్తున్నాడు.
డిఫరెన్స్ కాదు. డిఫరెన్స్ కాదు
అంటే క్షేత్రజ్ఞుని శరీరాల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి క్షేత్రజ్ఞుడు నేను ఒకటేనని చెప్తున్నాడు కదా.
అది ఒకటా రెండు విడివిడిగా మీరు చూస్తారా అనేది తర్వాత సంగతి. వెదర్ యూ కన్సిడర్ ద జీవాత్మ and Paramatma as one and the same, or as a two different entities, that is a different, totally different entity of discussion. We will come to that later. Akkade manaki advaitamu dvaitamu vastai. So that philosophy is a little different, and right now we don't have to go into that part. What we have to understand is, what is Paramatma saying? I am kshetrajna of all the kshetras. That is one point. The second point is, yat kshetragnyoho jnanam asti tat jnanam mama matam. Ante enti, what is he saying? The knowledge, he who has the knowledge, or not he who has, that knowledge about kshetram and kshetrajna. Ante he who has a clear understanding of what is kshetram and what is kshetrajna. That particular knowledge is the actual Paramatma Tattvam. A plus B whole square. A square plus B square plus 2AB. That is one knowledge. That is also knowledge. Like that, there is so much of knowledge out there. But which knowledge is considered as Paramatma Tattva Jnanam? The Jnanam that explains the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. That kind of knowledge is considered as Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Mama Matam. Tat Jnanam Mama Matam Asti. Mama Matam means Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. That is what I am trying to tell. So that is the kind of knowledge one needs to get. Because in the very first shloka, he will ask, no, Jnanam Jnatavyam. So what kind of Jnanam should be obtained? Paramatma Tattva Jnanam should be obtained. But what is Paramatma Tattva Jnanam? The difference between knowing the Jnanam that can tell the difference between Kshetram and Kshetrajna. That Jnanam is considered as Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Now, what you were asking is about if Paramatma says, I am also Kshetrajna, and in the earlier shloka, he who knows that this Sharira is Kshetram, that Jivatma is also called Kshetrajna, and now Paramatma is saying, I am also Kshetrajna. So, you are asking if Paramatma and Jivatma are one and the same. Antena me doubt? So that is, like I said again, whether Paramatma and Jivatma are one and the same, or if they are two different things, it doesn't matter right now. But what we need to understand is both are there in that entity. In that Kshetram, both are there. Kshetrajna is there. That Kshetrajna can be Jivatma plus Paramatma. Or if you consider Jivatma also as Paramatma, then you can simply say Paramatma is there. But there is a little difference between the Jivatma and Paramatma. What is that little difference? That Paramatma is the life of that Sharira. Consider it as a radiance of that life. Whereas the Jivatma is the actual life that is enjoying the bhogas, the kashtam or the sukham or whatever it is. ఎందుకంటే Paramatma is not there to enjoy the bhogas, right? He doesn't have to enjoy the bhogas or anything. But he is present. He is present. But the actual kriya being done, whatever is being done is by the Jivatma. Atla, you can look at it like that. But that is beyond the scope of our discussion right now. However you see is fine. You can think of it in any way. But for now, let us understand that both will be there. Whether they are one entity or two different entities, you take it however makes you comfortable. Because it is not very important right now in this scope, in this context. In this context, what the shloka is saying, Jivatma is there. That will be considered as Kshetrajnaha if it is understood. If he understands that Kshetram, idam shariram Kshetram, then he will be known as Kshetrajnaha. And also know that I am also Kshetrajnaha. Of all the Kshetras. Of all the Kshetras means not just of this Sarira, of everything that is out there. I know the qualities of that. Now, if you know that this Shariram is Kshetram, just knowing that Sharira is equal to Kshetra, will it make you Kshetrajna? No. Kshetrajna means that person should be able to understand the qualities of a Sharira, the properties of a Sharira, how it behaves, what is it. All that if one understands, then only he will be called Kshetrajnaha. Simply the sentence Shariram is Kshetram will not make one Kshetrajnaha. What is Shariram? What is Kshetram? And then this Shariram itself is Kshetram. That those qualities one should be able to understand, which will be explained in the subsequent shlokas. Because this chapter is about that only. So the qualities of a Sharira, all of it will be taught. And knowing that, having that knowledge will make one a Kshetrajnaha. And then he's saying, I am also Kshetrajnaha of all the Kshetrams. Because Paramatma knows about every Kshetram, all kinds of Kshetrams that are out there. Not only this Sharira. Sakala Sharireshu. See, Sarva Kshetreshu means Sakala Sharireshu. Kshetram means Kshetravidam Viddi, Mam. Okay, Sakala Sharireshu. In all kinds of Sharira, not all Shariras are the same. There are so many Sahasra Jiva Koti are there. Every Sharira is different. The qualities of each Sharira, the gunas of each Sharira, everything is different. So we have to understand that that kind of knowledge is needed. And that kind of knowledge of all the Sarva Sharireshu, Paramatma has. Okay. As we are going forward, you will in much detailed, each of these are explained. Okay. Anantaram Toshali Bhagini.
आं भगिनि तत् क्षेत्रं यच्च यादृक् च यद्विकारी यतश्च यत् स च यो यत्प्रभावश्च तत्समासेन मे शृणु तत् क्षेत्रं यतः च यादृक् च यद्विकारी यतः च यत् सः च यः यत्प्रभावः च तत्समासेन मे शृणु तत्क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रं नपुंसकलिङ्गे प्रथम एकवचन यतः सर्वनाम च अव्यय यादृक् च समासवर
Yadvikari is samasa.
आणि यादृक् च
Yadrik is just one word only. Cha is a separate word. Cha is avyayam. Yadrik is yadrish pratipadikam. Pumlinga prathama vibhakti ekavachanam.
अच्छा यद्विकारी समासवर यतः च अव्यय यत् वन वर्ड सह प्रथम एकवचन च अव्यय यह प्रथम एकवचन यत् प्रभावः च प्रभावः नपुंसकलिङ्गे पुल्लिङ्गे
Pumlinga prathama ekavachanam only. Yat prabhavaha. That is again a samasa word. Yat prabhavaha.
या च अव्यय तत् समासेन समासः तृतीय एकवचन मे मम षष्ठी एकवचन की चतुर्थी एकवचन
No, Shashti ekvachanam is fine.
हाँ शृणु लोट लकार मध्यम पुरुष एकवचन पदार्थः तत् क्षेत्रं तत् शरीरं यत् यत् स्वरूपं यादृक् च यद् धर्म विशिष्टं च यद् विकारी यैः विकारैः युक्तं यतश्च यादृशात् हेतुः जायते सः क्षेत्रज्ञः यः यत् स्वरूपः यत् प्रभावः यादृश प्रभाव विशिष्टः अन्वयः तत् क्षेत्रं यच्च यादृक् च यद् विकारी यतः च स च यः यत् प्रभावः च तत् समासेन मे शृणु तात्पर्यं क्षेत्रस्य किं स्वरूपं कीदृशाश्च धर्माः तत्र सन्ति विकारकारणीभूताः अंशाः के कस्मात् इदं जायते तथा अस्य क्षेत्रज्ञस्य किं स्वरूपं कीदृशाश्च धर्माः तस्मिन् सन्ति तदिदं सर्वम् अपि संक्षेपेण कथयामि शृणु। व्याकरणं यैः विकारी यद्विकारी तृतीय तत्पुरुषः यः प्रभावः यस्य सः यत् प्रभावः बहुव्रीहिः।
So here what is the Kriya Padam?
शृणु।
So kaha shrunu?
त्वं शृणु, त्वम् अध्याहृतम्।
Tvam shrunu. Tvam kim shrunu?
प्रभावः तत्
tat samasena shrunu. Okay, you listen to that in complete aggregately. And now here the rest of for the rest of the parts we have to take asti as the adhyahritam. Okay, so here in the anvaya, if you look at anvaya, tat kshetram yat cha yadrik cha yadvikari yatah cha asti. Okay, so tat kshetram, that kshetram, what kind it is, yat, what it is, what kind it is, and yadvikari, how does it change, from what, yataha. Okay, yataha, from what it is like, how it changes, all this I will tell and you listen. And then sahacha yaha yat prabhavaha cha tat samasena me shrunu. And then saha, here saha indicates the kshetrajnaha. Yaha, who is this kshetrajnaha? Sahacha yaha yat prabhavaha. Yat prabhavaha means what kind of powers does he have? What are the shaktis that he has? This kshetrajnaha. So first I will tell you what a kshetram is. Tat kshetram yat. So what is this kshetram? Yadrikacha. What kind it is? Okay, what are the qualities of that kshetram? Yadvikari. How does it change? Yatahacha. And what are the, from what kind of transformations it undergoes, from what? All this I will tell you and you listen from me. Tat samasena me shrunu. From me you listen to all that I'm going to explain. So here that asti, adhyahritam we have to take. Yat kshetram asti, tat yadrik, yadvikari, yat cha. Okay? And yaha, yaha asti, saha yat prabhavaha. That also. So here yaha asti means here yaha is indicating kshetrajnaha. So this kshetrajnaha, he who is there, what kind of powers does he have? What kind of shakti does he have? That also I will tell. Okay?
Okay.
Anantaram Allirani Bhagini?
भगिनि ऋषिभिर्बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिर्विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुमद्भिर्विनिश्चितैः ऋषिभिः बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिः विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैः च एव हेतुमद्भिः विनिश्चितैः ऋषिभिः तृतीय भक्ति एकवचन बहुधा प्रथमा व्यक्ति एकवचन गीतं प्रथमा व्यक्ति एकवचन छन्दोभिः
तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
Hmm.
विविधैः प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचनं पृथक् अव्ययं ब्रह्मसूत्र पदैः तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनं च अव्ययम् एव अव्ययं हेतुमद्भिः
Hmm. Again,
पंचम
Tritiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam.
द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
Sorry, Bahuvachanam. Hetumadbhihi.
बहुवचन अదే
Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
बहुवचने विनिश्चितैः तृतीया निश्चितैः तृतीया विभक्ति
Vinishchitaihi. That also Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
बहुवचनं
चमच्याने खायचं असेल तरी खाऊ शकते.
చదవండి మరి.
पदार्थः तदिदं विविधैः नानाविधैः छन्दोभिः वेदैः ऋषिभिः वसिष्ठादिभिः मुनिभिः हेतुमद्भिः युक्तियुक्तैः ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्च उपनिषद्वाक्यैश्च बहुधा ध्यानधारणादि विषयत्वेन पृथक् पार्थक्येन गीतं प्रतिपादितम् अन्वयः तदिदं विविधैः छन्दोभिः ऋषिभिः हेतुमद्भिः विनिश्चितैः ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्च बहुधा पृथक् गीतम् तात्पर्यं सोऽयं क्षेत्रसम्बन्धी क्षेत्रज्ञसम्बन्धी च विषयः यद्यपि वसिष्ठादिभिः ऋषिभिः नित्यनैमित्तिक काम्यकर्म प्रतिपादकैः वेदैः युक्त्युपैतैः उपक्रमोपसंहार पर्यालोचनेन एकार्थकत्वेन निर्णीतैः ब्रह्मसूत्रैः उपनिषद्वाक्यैः च ध्यानधारणादिविषयत्वेन पृथक् पृथक् एव निरूपितः तथापि संक्षेपेण कथयामि रामानुजमतं ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैः ब्रह्मप्रतिपादक सूत्राख्यैः पदैः शारीरकसूत्रैः व्याकरणं पज्यते ज्ञायते ब्रह्म येभिः इति पदानि उपनिषद्वाक्यानि कर्मणि अच् सूत्राणि च पदानि च सूत्रपदानि द्वन्द्वः ब्रह्मणः सूत्रपदानि ब्रह्मसूत्रपदानि तैः षष्टिसत्पुरुषः ब्रह्मप्रतिपादिकैः सूत्रैः उपनिषद्वाक्यैश्च इत्यर्थः हेतुः येषामस्ति इति हेतुमन्ति तैः हेतुमद्भिः मतुप्
So here before going into this shloka, a little what we have to understand is in all of the jivas, Manushya Janma is considered to be Uttama Janma. Why? Because we have Buddhi. The animals do not have Buddhi. So before doing something, they cannot stop and think whether this is the right thing to do or not. That is the difference between other jivas and the Manushya. Manushya is blessed with Buddhi, that thinking is given. The capability of analyzing what is good, what is bad. That thinking Buddhi is given only to Manushya Janma. No, the other jivas do not have that capability. So that is the reason why we have to use this Janma or the Sharira to ఒక్క నిమిషం. We have to use this sharira to realize this Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. We should use this Manushya Sharira to and this Janma to realize the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam, because this is the only Janma where we can achieve that. After this Janma, if somebody does some Punyam, they will go into the Pitru Lokas. Further, if they have done even better things, they will go into the Gandharva Lokas. Deva Lokas, Brahma Lokam, they say. There also they will go, right? But it is said that in Kathopanishad, it is said that obtaining Atma Jnanam is a little different in each loka. How you obtain the Atma Jnanam is a little different depending on which loka you are. Say, for example, you are in Manushya Loka. And while you are in the Manushya Loka, if you obtain the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam, it will be crystal clear, like a reflection in a clean mirror. Is there any difference between the reflection and the actual object when the mirror is very clear? There is no difference. It will look exactly the same. There is no haziness or no nothing. So that clear. So the jnanam obtained when somebody tries to achieve the jnanam in Manushya Loka, they will get that kind of jnanam. Means it will be very clear. They will obtain it completely. Complete understanding will be there. In Pitru Lokam, say for example, they are in the Pitru Lokas, and there also they are doing abhyasa, and say for example, they obtain the jnanam there, Atma Jnanam there. Then how will it be? It will be like in a dream. So when you have a dream, are the objects very clear? They are not very clear. You can recognize to some extent whatever is coming in your dream, but it is not as clear as when you look into a mirror. So the Atma Jnanam obtained while a Jivi is in Pitrulokam is like that. They will obtain, but it is not crystal clear. In Gandharva Loka, the Atma Jnanam obtained is like a reflection in the water. So reflection in the water again depends on the purity of the water. In some places where the water is really pure, of course the reflection will be very clear, but still it is not equal to the reflection of a clean mirror. So there is still some kind of haziness. That clarity is not there completely. And then in the Brahmalokam, like in a shadow. So is the shadow clear? It is not clear. And why these differences in all these lokas is because in those lokas, the Jivi has bhogas. The Jivi is experiencing some bhogas because of the punyams that they have done. In the Manushya Loka, they have done some punyam. So they end up in either Pitrulokam or Gandharva Lokam or Brahma Lokam. So they are enjoying there. They are in a certain kind of state. The state of mind is at a different level. So because of that, the Atma Jnanam that they obtain is not as crystal clear as when they are in Manushya Loka. In Manushya Loka, it will be more real is what the gist of this whole thing is. And it is given in Kathopanishad. And why these differences? Why this difference in obtaining the Atma Jnanam in different lokas? Why is it different? Why shouldn't it be the same? The reason is, in Manushya Loka, the Shariram is a Sthula Shariram. So that is the reason why that difference can be understood very clearly. Okay, this is the Sthula Shariram. This is Kshetram. And he who knows about this Sthula Shariram, that understanding will be more clear. So that Kshetrajnaha will have a complete knowledge, very clear knowledge. Whereas in the other lokas, the Sharira is not a Sthula Shariram. It will be a superficial Shariram. So that is why that difference between the Sharira and the Kshetram and the Kshetrajna cannot be understood to that clarity. That is my understanding from what I have listened to. So, because of the bhogas that they are in, and because of the Sharira not being as sthula as in a Manushya Lokam, the clarity of the Atma Jnanam obtained in different lokas is different. That is how it is given. Okay? And then here in this shloka, what is being told? Vividhaihi chandobhihi rishibhihi hetumadbhihi vinischtaihi brahmasutra padaischa bahudha prithak geetam. Okay? What is all this? What is being told? The Tattvajnanam is being told. Tadidam. Tadidam is nothing but this knowledge, this jnanam. Vividhaihi chandobhihi. There are examples for all of this. So, in some some places, in some granthas or in some shastras, this Paramatma Tattva Jnanam is told in different ways by different scholars. Some put it in chandas and wrote it like a poem. In some places, the rishis have explained this, Rishibihi. And Hetumatbihi. What is Hetumatbihi? In with reasoning. Hetu is reason. What is the reason for this to happen? That is Hetu. Whenever you tell the reason of something happening, we call that as a Hetu. Because of this, that happened, like that. So, with Hetu, ante with udaharanas, with reasoning, it has been told, it has been explained. Vinischtaihi. What is Vinischtaihi? Rishibihi and Hetumatbihi, and then Brahma Sutra Padaischa, Upanishad Vakyaischa, Vinischtaihi, Brahma Sutra Padaischa. So here this is a Visheshana to Brahma Sutra Padaihi. Vinischtaihi, Brahma Sutra Padaischa. Okay?
पर्यालोचनं कृत्वा लिखितवन्तः खलु
Vividaihi, very clearly defined. The Brahma Sutras are very clearly defined, right? So, Vinischtaihi Brahma Sutra Padaihi. Very clearly defined Brahma Sutras. Through the Brahma Sutras. Also, this has been explained. Hetumadbihi, with the full reasoning, giving the reason why this is like this, why this is like that. It has been explained. Chandobihi means where is Chandas written? In poems. So, this Jnanam is also told through the kavyas, through the poems, through mantras. Even sometimes some of the mantras will be written in certain chandas. Say for example, like that. Okay? In many ways, bahudha. By who? By the rishis. Rishis like Vasishtadibihi, Munibihi. Okay, by the munis like Vasishtadi. By them, all these are told in different ways. Dhyana dharanadi vishayatvena. Okay, so in all, so many ways, the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam has been explained. But right now I am telling you Sankshepena. Okay, earlier, all these have been told in many ways. But right now, I am going to tell you Sankshepena. Sankshepena kathayami. Anantaram. Again, punaha. So here, what is, we discussed the Kriya Padam, sir. So here, Geetam. So Geetam itself, we can take it as Kriya Padam. Okay, it is a Karmani Prayoga, Ktha Pratyaya. So Kena Geetam Rishibihi. Rishibihi Geetam. Rishibihi is Tritiya Vibhakti. And then Punaha Kena Geetam Brahma Sutra Padaihi. Hetumadbihi. And Chandobihi. This Chandobihi will be Visheshana to Vividhaihi Chandobihi.
Vedaihi. Chandobi. Vedai. Vedaihi. Chandobi.
Vividhaihi kada?
Vedai. Vedai. Vedalu. Vedalto.
Kadandi. Mana shlokamlo Vividhaihi ane undi. Vividhaihi means...
Vedai Chandobihi and Tanner Kadamiru.
Avunu. Vividhaihi Chandobihi.
Nana Vidaya Vedaihi.
No, Nana with the Chandas. There are
Chandas
so many types of Chandas, you know.
Vedalu.
Ante avada kinda in the Tatparyam, it is written as Nitya Naimittika Kamya Karma Pratipadakaihi Vedaihi. So she went into the Tatparyam. Basically, of course, see, like I said earlier, what will be written in Chandas? Either a Kavyam or a Padyam or a Mantram or a Shastram. And any Shastram that is also talking about a Paramatma Tattva Jnanam is considered here as Chandobihi, that which is written in Chandas. It can be even a Veda. That is how we can interpret. But the shloka itself has the word Vividhaihi Chandobihi. Akada shlokamlo Veda ane padam ledu, but that is what it implies. That is what it implies. Okay? So we have so many sources where the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam has been given in various ways. So Bahudha Geetam. Okay? So here we can take Geetam itself as the Kriyapadam. Anantaram Punaha Savitri Bhagini.
Alivelu Bhagini.
She said she is traveling, no, she cannot read.
Traveling.
Okay.
Book is also with me, but I can't see it properly. It's dark side.
Okay.
Sorry.
महाभूतान्यहङ्कारो बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इन्द्रियाणि दशैकं च पञ्चचेन्द्रिया गोचराः इच्छाद्वेषः सुखं दुःखं सङ्घातश्चेतनाधृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारम् उदाहृतम् महाभूतान् अहङ्कारः बुद्धिः अव्यक्तम् एव च इन्द्रियाणि दशैकं च पञ्चचेन्द्रिया च इन्द्रियगोचराः इच्छा द्वेषः सुखं दुःखं सङ्घातः चेतना धृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारम् उदाहृतम् महाभूतान् प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन नपुंसकलिंग अहंकारः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन बुद्धिः इकारान्त प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन अव्यक्तं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन नपुंसकलिंग एव च अव्ययः इन्द्रियाणि प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन दशैकं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन च अव्यय पंच प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन चेन्द्रिय गोचराः प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन इच्छा प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन द्वेषः प्रथमा एकवचन सुखं दुःखं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनमेव सङ्घातः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन चेतना सकारान्त स्त्रीलिंग सकारान्त स्त्रीलिंग प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन धृतिः इकारान्तः प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन एतत् क्षेत्रं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन समासेन अव्ययम् सविकारं प्रथमा विभक्ति द्वितीया विभक्ति वा एकवचनं सविकारम् उदाहृतं प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन नपुंसकलिङ्ग पदार्थः महाभूतानि पृथिव्यादीनि पञ्च अहङ्कारः अहंभावः अभिमानः बुद्धिः महत्तत्वम् अव्यक्तं मूलप्रकृतिः इन्द्रियाणि नेत्रादीनि इन्द्रियगोचराः इन्द्रियविषयाः शब्दादयः इन्द्रियगोचरविषयाः शब्दादयः संघातः शरीरं चेतना ज्ञानं सविकारं विकारसहितम् उदाहृतं बुद्धिः अव्यक्तम् एव च दश एकञ्च इन्द्रियाणि पञ्च इन्द्रियगोचराः च इच्छा द्वेषः सुखं दुःखं संघातः चेतना धृतिः च एतत् सविकारं समासेन क्षेत्रम् उदाहृतम् तात्पर्यं पृथिवी जलं तेजः वायुः आकाशः चेति पञ्चभूतानि अहङ्कारः महन्नामिका बुद्धिः प्रकृतिः श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुः रसना घ्राणं चेति पञ्च ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि वाक् पाणिः पादः पायुः उपस्थश्चेति पञ्च कर्मेन्द्रियाणि शब्दः स्पर्शः रूपं रसः गन्धश्चेति पञ्च तन्मात्राः इच्छादयः च सप्त एतेषां समूहः विकारविशिष्टः भवति तत् क्षेत्रम् इति कथ्यते माध्वमतं पञ्चमहाभूतानि महदहङ्कारतत्त्वं बुद्धिरूपः अन्तःकरणविशेषः त्रिगुणात्मकं प्रधानम् एकादशेन्द्रियाणि तद्विषयाश्च संक्षेपतः क्षेत्रपदाच्याः इच्छा द्वेषः सुखं दुःखं शरीरं चित्तव्याप्तिः धैर्याञ्चेति पूर्वोक्त क्षेत्रविकाराः समासेन उच्यते व्याकरणम् इन्द्रियाणां गोचराः इन्द्रियगोचराः षष्ठी तत्पुरुषसमास विकारेण सहितं सविकारं बहुव्रीहि समास.
So here again what is being told, Mahabhutani Ahankaraha Buddhihi Avyaktam Evacha Dasha Ekam Cha Indriyani Pancha Indriya Gocharaha Cha Ichha Dveshaha Sukham Dukkham Sanghataha Chetana Dhritihi Cha Etat Savikaram Samasena Kshetram Udahritam. So what is Kshetram is being explained here. Okay, so here what is Kshetram?
महाभूतानि अहङ्कारः बुद्धिः अव्यक्तम् एव च दश एकं च इन्द्रियाणि पञ्च इन्द्रियगोचराः इच्छा द्वेषः सुखं दुःखं संघातः चेतना धृतिः च एतत् सविकारं समासेन क्षेत्रम् उदाहृतम्.
So basically this one should understand the Kshetram as it has all the Panchabhutani, the Mahabhutani. Mahabhutani and the totally 10 Indriyas we have. The Panchabhutani and the Dasha Indriyas and 1 plus 1, Manas.
Manas,
The
Chitta.
5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas plus the manas.
Chitta.
Totally 11 there, and then Panchamahabhutani. All these together form the kshetram, means this sharira. In the
Yes.
sharira, we have Prithvi, we have Vayu, we have Akasha, we have Apa, means Jalam,
Chalam.
and Agni. We have all of this. So, like that, if we look at the Sharira as a part of this existence of the Prakriti, the material part of the existence, then we will understand the Sharira. So, this Sharira is made up of all these elements, and it also has the Indriyas. And these, though the Indriyas are there, they will be active, or they can be used only with the Jiva in there. Otherwise, what will be the use of the Indriyas? The eyes are there, ears are there, everything is there. But if the Jiva is not there, they cannot be of any use.
Yes.
So the Jiva is necessary for the Sharira to be useful. Similarly, similarly, what Paramatma says is, he also, without Paramatma, none of this prapancha will work. The Prakriti will have no life without Paramatma. So
Paramatma.
Paramatma will be there. He will enter every Sharira to make it work. Otherwise, without the Paramatma, the nothing
There will
in
be
this
no life.
the nothing in this Prakriti will work. That is why they say that the gap that we have on our head, on the top of the head, through that is where the Paramatma enters, is what they say. Okay, that is one way of how it has been explained. And then another thing is, so we have to understand this Sharira as part of the Prakriti itself. And then there are these other things that the Sharira, along with the Jivatma, desires. Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham. These are also part of the Sharira only. Some of them are Bhautika, like, say, for example, Sukham. When somebody is experiencing Sukham, it can be Bhautikam, right? Where you are, there is no pain.
Yeah.
There is,
Happiness.
more than happiness, Sukham is of that of the Shariram, say, for example, where there are no physical pain.
Yes.
That is the Sukham, say, for example. Then that comes under Bhautika Sukham. What you are saying, happiness, that is Manasika Sukham.
Yes.
That is not Bhautikam. It is not directly related to the body. It is in the thoughts, how you look at it, right?
Yes.
So the desire, the dvesha, those are completely non-bhautikam. The dvesham that you feel, the ichha that you feel, they are not bhautikam always. They are totally
Feelings.
manasika, related to the manas. So dukkham, sukham, dukkham, all these are part of the sharira. Again, all these, because they are caused through the indriyas also. And because of that, they are part of the shariram. So the complete sanghataha of all these together is shariram. So you cannot separate anything from the other. How can you separate one from the other? Because everything is interlinked. How can one have dvesham when he feels? When does he feel? When he sees somebody, when he listens to somebody, then that is when, if he doesn't like what he sees or what he hears or what he feels, only then that dvesham will come. So again, that is connected to the indriyas. And how do these indriyas communicate? Only when the buddhi works. When the buddhi is not there, then no matter what is happening, there is no sensation. Like, say, for example, somebody looks at something and they cannot understand what it is. Why? Because that buddhi is not able to connect with what he is seeing, right? So that is when, so all these are interlinked. So that is why the sanghataha of all these, the panchendriyas, the dasha plus 1, ekadasha indriyas, and the panchabhutani. all these together only will make the Sharira. The Sanghata of all these together will form the Sharira. Like how, for example, if you take a kingdom has everything in it. It also has a king. A king will take care of the kingdom. But when we say kingdom, it only represents kingdom. The king is not included when I say something, this kingdom. When I talk about one kingdom or a palace or a house, I am talking only about that house or the palace or the kingdom. The king is not included as a package in it, right? Though
Yes.
he is there, when I say kingdom, only the kingdom. And what does the kingdom have? It will have a palace, it will have forests, it will have villages, it will have towns. All these are there, and all those are working because of the king. But when I tell kingdom, the king is not included in it. King is different, kingdom is different. But kingdom includes all the things that the king works on. Or
Yes.
the king, because of the king only those things work. And for the king to work, he needs all this. But they are again two separate entities. Similarly, a house. A house is there. There is a master for that house, somebody who owns that house. Because of him only, all the activities in the house are happening. But when I say house, that does not defaultly include the owner of that house. That house is house. It has walls, it has things, it has it will have things that will enable you to do certain things, right?
Yes.
But it does not include, when I say this house, it does not include the owner of that house. Like that, Sharira and the Kshetram and the Kshetrajnaha. So the Kshetram is there, it has everything, but it does not include the Kshetrajnaha as part of it. They are two different entities. That we need to understand. How they are different. That we need to understand. And
So complicated.
Very complicated. So the dhriti is there. As long as the dhriti is there in the Sharira, only then the Sharira will be functional. Only then the Sharira will be functional. The Atma and the Dhriti. Dhriti is like the energy you can take.
Yes.
And then this Shariram again is affected by the Vikaraha. See, old age is changing, disease is changing the Sharira, right? All
Yes.
these are changing, the Vikaras are happening to the Sharira, not to the Kshetrajnaha. Only to the Kshetram this is happening, not to
Yes.
the Kshetrajna.
Yeah.
So that we need to understand. That is how we need to understand the Shariram and the Kshetrajna. Kshetram and the Kshetrajna. So Kshetram is made out of all these Panchabhutani, the Indriyas, the Sukham, Dukkham. Together all these will form the Sharira, Ichcha, Dvesha, all these. The Sanghataha of all these will become the Sharira. And it has a Kshetrajnaha, without which this Shariram cannot be functional. But still that Kshetrajnaha is separate from the Kshetram. They are not one, they are not like joint. Okay, they are very separate, but they only together they can work.
Yes.
Like how a kuridi, we call it kuridi, a dry coconut. In the shell, it is inside the shell. If you shake it, you can hear also the sound.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
has already separated from the shell. Once it is dry, the coconut inside, it will separate from the top. But it is still, you did not break the coconut. So you can hear when you shake it like a damaruka, if you shake it, you can hear the sound.
Yes.
So they are separate. But it is inside the shell. How is it possible? Like that only, inside this Sharira, or inside, normally they say in the Atma, the Sharira is there, because Atma is a bigger entity. It is Sarvavyapi. So they don't say that Atma is inside the Sharira. We normally say that in daily usage, we say Atma is in the Sharira. But actually the Sharira is in the Atma. because Atma is a much bigger entity. That is how we have to look at it. But for daily reference, we say Nalo Atma undi. Like that we say, right?
Yes.
When we say Nalo Atma undi, see there again, I am identifying my Sharira with myself. Nalo Atma undatam enti nene Atma. See, but we say I have my soul. We keep referring to it as my soul. What is my here? You are the soul. Why are you saying this soul is mine? When you are looking at the soul differently, only then you will say that. When you are saying this is my soul, then this my is the Sharira. So you are identifying more with the Sharira than with the Atma.
Atma, yes.
So that is the wrong interpretation. So, so we have to constantly remind ourselves to look at this Sharira as a separate entity. This Sharira, this hand. Okay, there is a cut on this hand. Like that. Rather than that, we say my hand is cut. So that unknowingly, that kind of attachment is forming. So we have to make a very conscious effort to look at them separately. To look at the Sharira, the Kshetram and the Kshetrajna separately. Okay?
Yes.
So here, how do you say this? So there is a small thing given. How to do this Prayatna Purvaka Abhyasa. Okay, so there is this one Maharshi is there, Aruni Maharshi, and once he was just meditating or doing tapas. And why do Maharshis do tapas? That is a way of, that is a sadhana basically. Sadhana for them, exactly this kind of sadhana, for us to be able to overcome the attachments that we have. And there is a measurement, there is a benchmark for them. Whenever a Maharshi does tapas, he will turn into this sattvika, very sattvika form, so that the wild animals around him also will be affected by that sattvika swabhava, that even two animals which are naturally enemies will move around with very like without that enmity. They will become friends. Basically, they don't have that vairatvam anymore. Say, for example, a tiger and a deer. If they come into that place where a Maharshi is meditating, and if the Maharshi is really successful in his meditation, all the animals around him also will automatically become will lose that vairatvam. And they will move with each other in a very friendly way with other animals. And then the Maharshi will understand that his sadhana is successful. That is how that much of positivity will be spread. If somebody practices or does this abhyasa, that much of positivity will be there. Even people around us also will automatically be friendly with us. It all depends on us only, right?
Yes.
That respect, that also will be given in the next set of shlokas. So what are the gunas one has to obtain in order to be able to obtain this kind of knowledge? Okay, being able to understand the difference between, or even understand the qualities of a Sharira, of a Kshetram, and the qualities of a Kshetrajna. What are the qualities that one has to possess? That will be given in the next shlokas. But here, this example is being told. Why? Because how much one has to put in that effort. Nothing will come easily. We cannot simply say, no, I am not getting that, so I will leave it. No, because abhyasa is needed, prayatna purvakena. Okay, so with a lot of effort, we have to come back to it. Though we feel that it is difficult, we have to come back. For that, this example story is told. So this Maharshi, he has been meditating, or doing tapas, and then there is a hunter in that same forest. He will once watch this Maharshi and he will be very impressed. Oh, this Maharshi is so great. He's so calm. He's sitting and doing this tapas. Wish I also can become like him, but I don't know how to do this. So he will be asking the Maharshi, can you please explain how I also can become like you? But Maharshi is doing tapas, so he does not want to be disturbed, and that is also another quality that we need to have. We should not be disturbed when we are focusing on one thing. We should not be disturbed by what is going on around. That kind of focus also we have to practice. So that is the reason why he is not disturbed by the wild animals around. And even the hunter comes and asks, he is not disturbed. He is aware of what is happening, but he is not disturbed. He is continuing his meditation. And then all of a sudden, what happens? He hears some sound, very fierce sound. So he will open his eyes and then he will see, to his surprise, that a tiger is coming upon him. And then this hunter will go and fight with the tiger. He will stop the tiger from attacking the Maharshi and he will kill it. He will kill the tiger. But in that process, he will be very much wounded because of the fight with the tiger. He will be wounded. So then the Maharshi is shocked. Why is he shocked? He will be thinking, I am doing this kind of tapas and all the pranis around me should obtain a sattvika svabhava. But where did this tiger come from? Why was it pouncing upon me? Why is it not affected by the sattvika svabhava? He should have become calm the minute he approached here. What is happening? So he is in his own shock, and then he will say, why did you kill that tiger? This kind of himsa should not be there where I am performing my tapas. So then again, what he will think, he will get up from there and he will think, this place somehow I am not able to do my tapas, so let me go to a different place. So he will get up from there and he will start walking away. And then the hunter again, he will ask the Maharshi, please, where are you going? Please don't go anywhere. You sit here only and do the tapas. And so the Maharshi will then explain it to the hunter. See, something is not right. I am unable to create
Concentrate.
that environment. Create that environment here. How can a tiger come so fiercely when I am doing tapas? So I am just leaving. I have to achieve whatever my goal is. I have to achieve. So he will try and he will try to leave. So then the hunter says, okay, but tell me, I also want to become like you. So what should I do? So then the Maharshi is very surprised. See, that person is very deeply wounded by the tiger. He is like almost collapsed. He doesn't have any strength to do anything because of the wounds that he has. And then when the Maharshi is leaving, he is still asking, what should I do? I will do anything. You please tell me, you just guide me. What should I do to become like you? So that is the kind of determination one should have to achieve the goal. So then the Maharshi will tell him something. You have to practice Satyavratam and Himsa Pravritti you have to leave. See, this is a Bhibatsam. What you did is a Bhibatsam. That Himsa Pravritti you should leave, and then you should practice a Satyavratam. And you first start doing that, and then you will reach whatever sadhana I am doing, you will also reach to that position. So the hunter will feel very happy for that guidance that he got, and he will say, okay, Maharshi, I will take the same position that you took. I will sit there only and I will start my tapas or abhyasam or vratam, whatever. So that is the kind of determination one should have in practicing, in doing any kind of practice. Here about the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam is given. but we can immediately apply to our daily lives. Whatever we are always struggling to do, we should not give up. We should find why it is becoming difficult to do, and resolve it and get it done rather than giving up. So once we start doing that, and in the next few shlokas also, all the qualities will be explained. Practicing that also automatically will make us more fruitful, make our goals more fruitful, whatever we are doing, for what purpose we are doing. Say, for example, we are studying to obtain some knowledge, then it will come to us. That struggle will become less. We will be able to understand better. We will be able to accomplish our tasks better. We will be able to be at peace better with other people also. So we will not have as many people around us who are with negative feeling. Slowly they will change. If we develop these qualities, then slowly the environment around us will automatically change. It can take time, but definitely it will change. Definitely it will change initially, because it depends on that other person also, their karmas, their state of mind, it is dependent on their thing. Some people very immediately they might understand and also practice that positivity. With some people it might take a little longer, but eventually it will happen. If they are not able to change, then slowly that distance will come. Say, for example, a person is there, he's filled with negativity. He's always commenting negative things about everybody. If we also respond in the same way, then constant, this war will be there between that person and us. But say, for example, if we completely ignore, because there is no point in what he's saying, it is only out of spite that he's saying. So there is nothing to argue about it or discuss about it or do anything about it. It is just baseless things he is spreading. Say, for example, if we do not react at all, then what happens? Automatically, he will stop. He did not change, but he will stop bothering us, and the distance automatically will be created between that person and us. So, like that, they will be pushed far from us because of our positive attitude. Or if he is a sensible person, he will change his ways, and he will also become, a positively thinking person. And then that relation will be again different. If he doesn't change his ways, automatically the distance will be created between us and that. So, either way, the environment around us will be positive. If the other person is not willing to change, slowly he will be distanced automatically. He himself will move away because he doesn't find anything interesting here. Only negative activities will attract him. So when there is so much of positivity here, he won't find any interest. So he will move away. That is also good for us. If he changes for the good, automatically then we don't lose anything. He has already changed, become a positive person. So even if he is within our vicinity, we are still not disturbed. So like that, understanding these qualities and doing abhyasa to obtain those qualities will definitely help us achieve Atma Tattva Jnanam. Okay, so like they say, for something to, if you need to make something, there is a procedure to be followed. If you want to make curd, there should be proper milk, and the temperature should be right. And the curd that you are using to make the milk into curd also should be there. Only when all the conditions are right, the final product will be created properly, right? Without proper milk, can you make curd? If the milk is spoiled, can we make a curd out of it? We cannot. If the milk is too diluted also, we cannot make curd. Like that, for a person to become a kshetrajnaha, there should be some qualities. Otherwise, it will not be easy to become a kshetrajnaha. So to be able to understand about kshetram also, First, we should be with a Shuddha mind. Only then we will be able to understand what is being told. So for that reason, these qualities are given in the next shlokas. In the next 4 or 5 shlokas, all those qualities are explained. Okay, what qualities a person should have to become a Kshetrajnaha and to obtain this knowledge. A Kshetrajnaha means he who has the knowledge of Kshetram and Kshetrajnaha. He is only called Kshetrajnaha. So for that, to obtain that knowledge, one should have these qualities. So that we'll cover in the next class.
Okay.
So Shanti Mantram.
Aham patatma.
Patat.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ धन्यवादः भगिनी
धन्यवादः भगिनी
सर्वेभ्यः शुभरात्रि
शुभरात्रि